That absolutely. Yeah, we'll be up into the 50s today, which is great. There's generally 2 to 3 inches of rain that's going to come down, though, tonight and tomorrow. There's locally higher amounts that'll fall in southeast Mass. You may go over 3 inches. That'll mean some wet basements, so be ready for that. And the high rivers, too. There'll be some river flooding. The Taunton River is expected to flood. In Rhode Island, there may be some moderate river flooding. Skiers and snowmobilers, you want to watch the northern mountains Saturday night and Sunday. There is some hope that you get mountain snow anyway. Temperatures right now are running in the 40s. Actually, the temperature rose during the overnight in a whole bunch of spots. Taunton's a great example of that, coming back at 48 degrees right now. Visibility is great in Boston and Bedford, but it is limited when you get up on the hill at Worcester at the regional airport. It's a half-mile visibility at Concord. We have a little bit of light fog floating around the south coast as well. Just a product of that milder air that's coming in, the leftover ocean moisture, although now with the southwest wind, you're not really adding any new ocean moisture. Next round of rain is definitely on the map. There it is, right? It's headed toward us. So you've got a break. And that break means that even with very limited sun, it's almost total clouds for a lot of the day today, you're still able to warm up because look at this. There's a lot of warmth being carried ahead of the storm center. It's always a counterclockwise flow of air around storm centers, and what that means is you're getting a little bit of that southerly and southwesterly wind to pump up some of that warmth without the moisture, at least for now, in terms of rainfall. So here's the abundance of clouds around again, maybe some peaks of sun here and there this morning. By 12:30 this afternoon, we actually may set up a feeble sea breeze right at the coastline. That's why you see Boston cooler, for example, than inland. So inland goes near 60. The coastline probably hits the mid-50s and stops. By 2:30, showers are onto the islands and coming into Buzzards Bay. By the time we get to about 5:30, those showers are all the way up to the North Shore. So it's a pretty quick expansion during the late day and early evening, and then it just rains. It rains this evening. It downpours overnight tonight. The wind isn't that bad overnight. The wind's going to kick more during the day tomorrow. And tomorrow morning, it's a blanket of rain. During the course of the day, it's off and on rain. There may be some snowflakes that mix in when you get up across Sebago Lake in Maine, or you get to the Lakes region, New Hampshire. Even the Worcester Hills could get a wet flake to mix in. And the rain continues into tomorrow, late day and evening. With the temperatures tomorrow, rather than being in the 50s, will be cooler in the 40s with a northerly wind. So we do get scattered flooding. I mean, total amounts of rain are over 2.5 inches. And again, in southeastern Mass, some localized amounts may exceed 3 inches. In terms of the wind, look, by tomorrow morning, instead of a southerly wind, it's a northerly wind, north-northeast. It is going to be breezy, gusts to 30. Really, it's more during the afternoon that you start to see gusts over 40 at the South Shore. And notice the Cape tomorrow, late day and evening, may actually gust up to 50 miles per hour. So it gets a little rough and tumble for a while later on Thursday. By Friday, it is gone. The sun comes out more and more as the day wears on. Heading into the weekend, I don't think it's sunny on Saturday, but it's dry. It won't be until we get to late Saturday evening, Saturday night that the next storm moves in. And this is why I say look at the mountains. Yeah, you do have a chance for some significant accumulating snow. Our in-house forecast system's putting out about a foot in the higher terrain anyway. We get to the extended, and again, once we get beyond that Saturday, which would be Sunday, which would be rain in southern New England, the pattern does break. We end up with a much, much better week overall next week.